I'm an avid YouTube connoisseur. Now, even though I've only been making videos here on YouTube for about 24 months, I have been on here as a loyal viewer since about 2010. And every now and then someone comes across your screen that gets your attention. Someone who really stands out. Someone who is extremely entertaining. And when it comes to captivating an audience, no one quite does it like the loud-mouthed real estate mogul Ben Mallah.
I should send somebody over there and cut your kishkas off. For you to have the chutzpah to put a friggin' demand in for $92,000, you should be ashamed of yourself. Today, we sold $30 million worth of real estate, and the clock is ticking. I'll go in the motherfucking hood, buy a up place, fix the motherfucker up, rent it out to families, and make some money and improve the neighborhood.
He's a high school dropout who grew up in the projects of Queens, New York. Not the typical profile you would think of someone who now owns over $250 million worth of real estate. He's bought shopping centers, apartment buildings, and most recently a $16.5 million, 11,000 square foot mansion for himself and his wife, which is the most expensive home in Tampa, Florida. So without knowing any information on how to contact him and without any direct connection to him, I resorted to asking the almighty Instagram for some help. And it worked. Within 1 hour, I was connected to Danny Jones, who runs the YouTube channel Concrete, which films and produces the content for Ben Mallah. And not too much longer after that, I booked a plane ticket to go from Los Angeles, California, all the way to Clearwater, Florida, so we could meet this larger-than-life personality firsthand, and also learn from someone who built up a real estate empire without so much as a high school diploma. This is what happened. Enjoy. I don't think he has a doorbell. Hey, here for Ben?
Oh, yeah, he's meeting with Frank downstairs.
Okay.
You just have a seat on the couch.
Just sit here?
Yep,
Okay.
sit there.
All right.
What the hell are you doing here?
What's up, man? Hey, I'm Graham.
You want to learn from me?
I gotta learn from you. What's
Get
your
out and
advice
do
to
it.
everyone watching?
My advice is
Yeah.
get out, get motivated by him, and do it. My life was horrible. I mean, my childhood was the worst you could ever imagine. A child growing up with a horrible, crazy, lunatic mother in the worst neighborhoods of Far Rockaway, New York, in the slums, surrounded by criminals and the worst element of society that you could imagine. In a shitbox bungalow that was only made to live in the summertime. My father had us live there all year round because he was a cheapskate. That's why I live here. Everything my parents did, I'm the opposite. My mother used to beat the hell out of me as a kid for no reason. I never raised a hand to my kids. My father always wanted to be a cheapskate and live in dumps and save every little penny he could and sacrifice decent living. I'm the opposite. We're standing in the formal part of the living room.
Okay.
Over here we have a family room. Over there is the formal dining room that we don't use too often because there's only 4 of us. So we have the dining room here. As you walk in over here, you will find the butler's. Some people have a butler's pantry.
Right.
This house has a butler's kitchen. I mean, you know, when I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to make a lot of money. You know, when I moved to Manhattan, I'd go and walk past the Plaza Hotel and see all the dignitaries and big shots, and I'd say, one day I'm going to stay there. The old one, you know, right by Central Park. Eventually, I made enough money to stay there. I said, this place is a dump. I don't know what's in here. I've never been in here before. Oh man, we got a whole big closet in there. I didn't even know we had. Here we are in the wine room. And I'm gonna be calling it the cry room. Because when my wife goes out and fills all these spaces with bottles of wine, I'm gonna cry when I see the bill.
Jeez.
And she likes good wine, so, but this is the wine room here. I really knew real estate when I got out of the Army and went to work for a guy that was already in real estate and started working for him. That's how I really knew this is it. You know, this is what I like to do. This is where there's a lot of opportunity. You don't need a lot of education. If you're willing to work hard, you really don't need a lot of money if you think smart. See, once I got the nicest house, and I feel like I got the nicest car, then I'm pretty much done. I can retire now. I made it to the top level that I feel I wanted to be on, and I'm done. Now my kids can try to, climb the ladder too.
Yeah.
When you do have money, the money gives you power. Because I don't answer to anybody. So that's why I'm able to compete with all the big shots in Chicago, New York, and all the REITs. Because they need all these approvals, they're publicly traded, they have boards. I don't answer to anybody. So I can put my money where my mouth is. I can go to you and say, you know what, I'm gonna buy your house. I'm not gonna pay you what the other guy's gonna pay you, but he may not close the deal. I'm gonna give you money today, hard, non-refundable. So if I don't do that deal, you keep my deposit. It's typical kitchen, it's got a couple of sinks, a stove, microwave. This microwave is really cool, check it out. You press the button. Ooh,
you got a drawer.
Baby, look at that. I mean, a couple of dishwashers, pretty much a fireplace here in the kitchen area. That's my lovely wife right there. Number one, to find lots this size will never happen.
Yeah.
The guy that built this house, he had to knock down like 3 houses.
Right.
So he had to go out and buy 3 lots. They had to all be next door to each other, which is impossible to do. He used top of the line construction here. It would take 5 years to build this house now, I was told. And it would probably take all in $10 million more than what I paid. So it actually was a really good deal.
Okay.
I had offers in excess of $5 million more than I paid for this place. Well, it's a very unique place, that's why. But you got to be careful buying unique stuff. You don't want to buy a white elephant because sometimes nobody wants it. But this house was very unique. The guy who built it, he went over the top on the construction, the design, the location. It has everything, and it's probably, for this area, it's over the top.
Yeah.
There's nothing to compare to it. You only live once, and if you're going to work hard in life, you should enjoy your money. I mean, if you have enough to you should always live within your means, but, what's the point of making a bunch of money if you're not going to spend it and give your family the best life possible?
I agree.
Did you see the house I grew up in?
Yeah.
540 Beach 43rd Street, Far Rockaway, New York.
Yeah.
You wouldn't step foot within a 5-mile radius of that place. It's so bad. So, it's nice to be able to have something really over the top. Timing is very important, and terms. If you give somebody good terms and good timing, you'll get that deal better than the other guy that's going to pay more money and drag it out for 3 or 4 months and subject to this and subject to appraisals and all that. I came in and said, I'm buying this house, here's my money, and let's do the deal at this price, and I'll close it like that.
Nice.
That's how you get deals done. So here we have the bar entertainment room.
Okay.
And you'll find we have a company that makes these pool tables. We have a license from GM, we have a license from Ford, we do them in Camaros, we do them in Mustangs, and we do them in Corvettes. We ship them all over the world. We shipped a lot of them to Dubai. The Arabs love them. They got money to burn.
Yeah.
They all oil money. To really be in the real estate, you gotta live it, you gotta breathe it, you gotta eat it, it's gotta be your life. I mean, you can do it on the side, but you're not gonna do it on a big level on the side. But, you gotta totally throw yourself into the business. And you gotta be willing. I used to stay up sometimes all night because I didn't have the money to hire nobody. I physically would paint apartments and stay up all night getting a place ready because I had an inspection the next day. You gotta cross the line in life. If you really want to make it and you ain't got a bunch of money and you're not born rich, you gotta cross the line. You gotta go where nobody else wants to go. You gotta work the hours nobody else wants the hours. I neglected my kids when I was young, but I did it knowing that I was trying to benefit them to their future. So yeah, my kids may have missed out on, Boy Scouts or, some of the sports activities or whatever, and I feel bad about that, but in the long run it paid off because now, they're set. I mean, you're only looking to go for Mexico.
Yeah.
You've got, hot tub, it has a lazy river that goes under the house, I'll show you. It's a comfortable place. Whoever designed it knew what they were doing. I mean, look at the ceilings, look at the balconies. I mean, it's pretty over the top. The first house I ever bought, I think I used my VA loan, and it was like a no money down deal because the VA had a program.
Of course.
But I remember, saving money to